So in this video, I'm going to look at using the G, F, and C equation of the circle to form the equation of the circle. So just to refresh what we've done so far with these two equations, we've been given something like this: x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 25. It looks like this form of the equation here, so I compare this with this, and I can just read off that the center is 3 minus 2 and the radius squared is 25, so the radius is 5. So if it looks like this, use this formula, read off the center and the radius. If you get your equation in this form here, so the left hand side is expanded, it's multiplied out, well then you'll need to use the G, F, and C form. Okay, there's a bit more work to it, but you can get the center and the radius using that. Okay, so if you're given the equation of the circle and asked to get the center of and radius, or you need to, the form you're given the equation in will dictate whether or not you use the HK or the GFC form, both of which are on page 19 in the log tables. Okay, what we have also done is we've been given the center and the radius and asked to form the equation of a circle. If you are given the center and the radius, the HK is the one to use, because you can just sub this in for H and K, you can sub that in for OR and get your equation quite quickly. All right. We can be given the center and radius directly like that, and the question's very straightforward, or they can give us a little bit more to do where they tell me that minus 1, 4 is the center of the circle and 5, 6 is a point on the circle. I will use the distance formula with those 2 points because that's the radius. I'm given the center and a point on the circle, so the distance between those is the radius. So distance formula gives me radius. I've already got the center. Then I can just use the HK because I've got the radius in the center. They could, like in this question here, give me the two end points of a diameter. And if they're the end points of a diameter, getting the midpoint between those two will give me the center. And then distance formula will give me radius. Again, once you've got the radius and you've got the center, the HK is the one to use. There are questions then where I'm not given the center and the radius, or I can't work them out using, say, distance formula or midpoint or anything like that. And that will kind of point me towards using this equation to form the equation of the circle. Okay, so one example would be this one here. So 5, 3, 3 minus 1, and 6, 2 are on the circle C. Find the equation of C. So the situation being described there is something like this. So I've got 3 points on a circle, but they're just dotted around the circle. They are not the end points of a diameter, so I can't use midpoint to get the center. They're not giving me the center, so I can't just use the distance formula to get radius. They are just dotted around the circle. So, you know, there's a bit more to this. It's going to require a little bit more work to get the equation. Okay. If you're given 3 points on the circle like this, it's the GFC you will use. All right. What we are going to do is sub each of these 3 points in for X and Y in turn. Okay. So when a point is on the circle, that's the X, Y that we're talking about in this formula. So 5, 3, I'm going to sub 5, 3 in for X, Y. And that's going to give me an equation with G, F, and C in it. So I sub in for X, Y, G, F, and C will be my unknowns. I've got 3 points, so I will get 3 equations with 3 unknowns, and then it is the 3 variable simultaneous equations that we've done already. Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is sub each of these 3 points in here for X, Y, and that's going to give me 3 equations. So first one, subbing 5, 3 in. So the equation is x squared plus y squared, so 5 squared plus 3 squared plus 2g times x is 5, plus 2fy, so plus 2fy is 3, plus c equals 0. So 5 squared is 25, plus 3 squared is 9. 2g times 5 is 10g. 2f times 3 is 6f, plus c equals 0. And then, as I said, I'm heading towards a 3-variable simultaneous equation. So generally I will have the letters on the left-hand side and the numbers on the right. So I'm just going to move the 25 and the 9 over to the right-hand side. 25 and 9 is 34. If you move it over, it becomes 34 is minus 34 when I move it over. So 10g plus 6f plus c is equal to minus 34. And that's my first equation. So now I just have to sub in 3 minus 1 and 6, 2 the same way. That'll give me my other two equations. So subbing 3 minus 1 in, it's x squared plus y squared. So 3 squared plus minus 1 squared plus 2gx, so plus 2g times 3, plus 2fy, so plus 2f times minus 1, plus c equals 0. 3 squared is 9, minus 1 squared is 1. 2g times 3 is 6g. 2f times minus 1 is minus 2f, plus c equals 0. 9 plus 1 is 10, and I'll move it over to the other side. So 6g minus 2f plus c, 9 plus 1 is 10, move it over, is equal to minus 10. So that's equation 2. Equation 3 then is just subbing this in. So 6, 2. So it's x squared plus y squared. So 6 squared plus 2 squared plus 2gx, so plus 2g times 6 plus 2fy plus 2f times 2 plus c equals 0. So 6 squared is 36 plus 2 squared is 4 plus 12g plus 4f plus c equals 0. So 12g plus 4f plus c, 36 plus 4 is 40, bring it over, is minus 40. So there's my 3 equations. And again, just that's what I'm subbing into each time. So 6 in for x, 2 in for y. 6 in for x, 2 in for y. All right. You've got your 3 equations with 3 variables. So you're going to eliminate one of the letters. The c is generally going to be the one to go for because you've just got plus c at the end. So all you need to do is just take 2 of them at a time and just change the signs on one of them, and that'll get rid of the c's for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at 1 and 2 together, and I'm going to change the signs in 2. So I'm going to multiply equation 2 by minus 1. So equation 1, I'm not changing that. So 10g plus 6f plus c equals minus 34. Equation 2 then, minus 6g plus 2f plus c equals minus 10. Plus 2f minus c, sorry, that should be minus c. And then that should be plus 10. So I'm multiplying across with minus 1. So minus 6g plus 2f minus c and plus 10. Sorry. So I've got c minus c, so they cancel. 10g minus 6g is 4g. 6f plus 2f is 8f. 10 minus 34 is minus 24. And that's equation 4. All right. Equation 5 then I'll get either by taking 1 and 3 together or 2 and 3 together. It doesn't matter. All right, so I will look at 2 and 3. And I'll multiply 2 by minus 1 again because I've already done it. So multiplying the second one by minus 1 gives you minus 6g plus 2f minus c is equal to 10. And the third equation then is 12g plus 4f plus c is equal to minus 40. C minus c is 0, that's why I'm doing this. 12g minus 6g is 6g. 4f plus 2f is 6f. 10 minus 40 is minus 30, and that is equation 5. Now I've got two equations with just two unknowns in them, g and f, so I will look at those together and eliminate either g or f. They're both positive. I'm going to need to multiply both, so there's no kind of obvious one here. So look at 4 and 5 together, and let's say I'm going to get rid of the g's. So if I multiply this one by 3, I'll get 12 there. If I multiply this one by 2, I'll get 12 there. And what I'll do is I'll multiply it by minus 2, so I get minus 12 there. So I'm going to multiply equation 4 by 3. That's going to give me plus 12g here. And I'm going to multiply this one by minus 2, because that's going to give me minus 12 there. And that's going to eliminate the g's then. So equation 4, multiplying it by 3, I get 12g plus 24f is equal to minus 72. Over here then, 6g by minus 2 is minus 12g. 6f by minus 2 is minus 12f, equals minus 30 by minus 2 is plus 60. 12g minus 12g is 0. 24f minus 12f is 12f. 60 minus 72 is minus 12. So if 12f is minus 12, divide both sides by 12 and you get f is equal to minus 1. You need to solve for g and c now. So to solve for g, you either take this equation or this equation and sub minus 1 in for f. So let's take equation 4. And I've got 4g plus 8, f is minus 1, is equal to minus 24. 4g minus 8 is equal to minus 24. Bring the minus 8 over. 4g is equal to minus 24 plus 8 is minus 16. So 4g is equal to minus 16. So that means dividing both sides by 4, g is equal to minus 4. Solve for c now. So go back to equation 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter. Sub in for g and f and then solve for c. So I'll just use equation 1. So I've got 10g, so that's 10 times minus 4, plus 6f, so that's 6 times minus 1, plus c equals minus 34. 10 times minus 4 is minus 40. 6 times minus 1 is minus 6, plus c equals minus 34. Minus 40 minus 6 is minus 46. I'll bring it over and it becomes plus 46. So 46 minus 34 is equal to 12. So there's my G, F, and C. Just remember here, you are being asked for the equation of the circle, not just to solve for G, F, and C. So I just go back to my equation of the circle here, and I sub in for G, F, and C. So my equation then is going to be x squared plus y squared plus 2. You know G is minus 4 now. X plus 2, f is minus 1, times y plus c is 12 equals 0. So x squared plus y squared. So you want x's and y's in your equation, remember. 2 times minus 4 is minus 8x. 2 times minus 1, minus 2y, plus 12 equals 0. And there's the equation of your circle. Okay, so there's a bit more to it than when we're dealing with the HK. So if we have the center and the radius, that is absolutely our preference. We would prefer to be dealing with this. But if, say in this example here, I'm given 3 points on the circle, I sub those in for x and y here. That gives me 3 equations with G, F, and C in them. I solve those in the normal way from earlier on in the course. Just when you've got your G, F, and C, don't forget you need to go back to this, sub in for G, F, and C, and get your equation.